Want to find out how I purchased 4 of the new Nvidia 30 series graphics cards from a major retailer? No connections, no scalpers, no markup, no bots, no BS. Coming up, we're going to discuss how I was able to snag these beautiful 30 series cards, and hopefully you can too. But first, let's spin that intro. Today is a great day. Today we turn 30. 30 as in 30 series, Nvidia 30 series. We're gonna upgrade from our 20 series. We're gonna get some 30 series. We've got 4 of these things ready to drop today. They're all scheduled for pickup. Fingers crossed, everything is gonna go okay. And with the power of editing, if everything went smoothly, right behind me, they will appear. Oh, baby, did that just happen? It's a good day to be me, isn't it? Today, we're gonna go ahead and discuss how I got these 430 series cards. Number 1, no, I didn't scalp them. Number 2, I didn't pay outrageous secondhand fees. Number 3, I don't know someone in retailing. I don't have a connection. I didn't use the sites on YouTube that consistently show the stock checkers. I didn't use any special technique. I simply was persistent, and I'm gonna teach you how you can get your hands on one of these too. Follow me, we're about to dig into it. So you need a 30 series. Your best bet to buy is Best Buy. Why is Best Buy the best bet to acquire a new 30 series GPU? First, it's because of the anti-bot measures that Best Buy has put into place on their site. You can't just go use a bot and automatically add to cart and check out. It doesn't work that way. You have to add to cart. Once it does flash that it's finally available, the button will turn yellow. You add to cart. Then it says we're not quite finished yet. There is another step in place. There is a random offset timer that's also doing stock checking and comparing with your store and your availability. And then once it does line up, it will turn yellow again, and you can add to cart and then proceed to checkout as fastly as you can. So when it goes in the yellow, you're in the green. You can get to checkout and proceed and acquire your card. And then they only do it for pickup as well. At least in my location, there was absolutely no shipping. And I'm sure that's how it is with all the Best Buys. It's going to use only your closest location, and then it's going to revert to curbside pickup. The other reason that it is the best bet to get your 30 series is that you can buy multiples of the 30 series in one time. You can't do them more than one of one specific SKU, one specific card. You could get a 3060 Ti Gigabyte, a 3060 Ti MSI Ventus, a Founders Edition. You could get one of each, and you could jump over. You could get the 3070s. As long as you're doing it quick enough, you want to do one at a time, and you want to check out as quickly as possible, and you want to get as many as you can. But they have to be all different SKUs, or it's going to fail out and not let you. Let's proceed on. Tips: make sure you are already logged into Best Buy. Your payment information must already be present. Already have your credit card, your PayPal ready. However you're going to pay through Best Buy, make sure it is ready. You're going to have multiple browser windows open, not just tabs. Windows are so much better. If you can half screen, put a tab in each half screen. We'll do all of this a live time too and look at it and see how it looks as well. But you want to have multiple browser windows open, half screen if possible, multiple tabs, multiple monitors. That way you can jump back and forth and it's to your cart as well. Additional thoughts: multiple monitors, multiple monitors, multiple monitors. If you work from home, this is the key to my success, and I'm sure this is the key to many people's success on purchasing these. It's persistence, it's timing, it is having the availability to constantly be refreshing and checking your browser at the same time. You have to consistently be looking over just to see if the yellow turns yellow. Another option, which I didn't use, but I have installed and I have been testing out and would work pretty well for this if you get the right setup, is a browser extension to refresh. I have a Chrome auto refresh extension installed called ARP, Auto Refresh Plus. I didn't use it for my purchase, but it does come in handy, and it does seem to work pretty well with some warnings, because if it's still trying to actively refresh the page you're on after you've already added to cart and you're waiting for the second ad and it refreshes, it's going to drop you out of that wait queue and it's not going to be trying to get back in that cart. You're going to have to go re-add it again and hope you still have time to re-add it again. So we'll look at this extension here in a minute, and we're going to talk about the best ways to go about using it. I've figured out that there are some definite pluses to using it, and there's definitely that minus of you could lose out if you don't do it correctly. So then, yeah, as I mentioned, may need to tweak the settings not to lose the item in the cart. And the last thing is, on Best Buy site, you'll see some of the variants of the 30 series. They'll be marked as coming soon. What this means is not that they're coming to the site today, not that there's a shipment inbound, that they have not actually ever sold these, but they have the listing ready. The SKUs are ready. All the information's in there. They're waiting for their first delivery. So you can't really expect that as it's coming today, it's coming within whenever. That's not the same thing. The others will all say sold out. And then when they're available, the button will turn yellow and say add to cart, not coming soon. Currently, the 3060 Ti, the two EVGA variants, are both listed on Best Buy's site as coming soon. One last thing that I'm sure everybody is questioning is how I acquired my 4. My drop was on Tuesday, December the 8th at 9:05 is when the drop started happening. The cards started turning yellow. I started with a 3070 hit first, got the Ventus, got it opened up, and as I was waiting for it to add to the second cart, or to the second verification so I could actually proceed to checkout, that's when I opened another browser. I logged in again. I opened another instance of browser. I had the 3060 Ti's open in the other instance. They started turning yellow. Added them to cart. Started opening other browsers, adding to cart, waiting for the second process, the second verification, so that I could add to cart and check out. When those were processing, the first one that hit was the 3070. Went back in, it let me add and check out. I already had the payment information in there, credit card preloaded, went ahead and checked out, and as soon as I got it checked out, able to add the Gigabyte Eagle OC 3060 Ti for checkout. Checked it out, and as it was checking out, the Ventus and the Founders Edition both came available. Grabbed them both. I believe I could have got a 3070 Asus TUF as well at the end. By then, I had already spent way too much money, and I didn't want to overextend myself any further. I probably should have just went ahead and picked it up. I'm putting two 3060s in this guy right here. It's going to be a dual 3060 Ti, my main gaming slash workstation slash battle station. So that's, we'll have two 3060 Ti's. It will be able to hash at over 120 mega hash, which at the current crazy climate would probably be around $5 a day. Intake minus power, $4 a day. Not too bad. So let's jump over into our browser and let's see what this whole process looks like from start to finish. Alright, so let's hop over onto the Best Buy website. We're gonna start by doing our search. Let's just do RTX 3060 Ti. And then we're going to make sure on our left side that it's only the GPUs and video cards. And we're going to specifically do this because when you search 3070 or 3080, you will also get PC pre-builts that contain them. Just go ahead and do that real quick too. Open Best Buy RTX 3070. So when you search it, you also get gaming desktops, and we don't care about those. They're usually, you see clear down here at the bottom. And this is, see how it's got the yellow add to cart. When the graphics cards themselves come in stock, the cart will light up and it will show yellow add to cart on the graphics card, but it won't add straight to cart. It'll switch to another screen that says one more step, you're almost there, but it is not added to cart for purchase yet. That's when it goes into their bot protection, and they have the random offset timer, as well as it's checking stock and inventory for getting it to your specific location, your store, for curbside pickup. So on this one, we're going to go ahead and make it only the GPUs and video cards. And now, simply, I would leave these two up. I left them up as two separate windows on my left monitor. I have 3 monitors set up while I'm working, and I always have these two searches open. What you could do is you can shrink down your search to a, let's say like a half window. Like so. Put it right there. And do the same with your other search. Just as long as you can still see where the sold out can change to cart. And now you can just constantly have these on one screen. You could just refresh. The best times to refresh that I've seen deliveries through the last few weeks would be on starting, I would check starting at 9 a.m., 9:05, 9:10, 9:15. Repeat the same thing with 10, 10:05, 10:15, 11, 11:05, 11:10, 11:15. Yeah, you want to do 5, 10, 15 minute offset off of the hour. If you don't see them at the top of the hour, you're probably not getting them on stock at all for that hour. And if you're getting past the 11 o'clock hour, Eastern Standard Time, they're not going to hit that day. I've not seen any hit later than the 11, actually personally since the 10 offset, the 10:05, 10:15, 10:10, 10:15. So that's what you're looking for. When these go available, if they show up, they will turn, this sold out will turn yellow to add to cart. You will hit add to cart. It will go to another screen that says it's not quite there yet. The button will stay grayed. It's waiting for the next step for it to be cleared off of a random offset timer and inventory check. So while that's happening, you want to quickly open another window. You can just right click, open link in new tab, or open a new window, however's easiest. Jump over. You want to make sure that you've got a fresh login on your account, which I'm already logged in here. You would do a login under that, where it says already has my name. Hit the drop down, do a fresh login. Once you're logged in, make sure you quickly go back to your other tab. Make sure that the second light up function has not turned to yellow to add to cart. Then you want to go ahead and be refreshing the other tabs, and watching for any more of the cards to hit add to cart. If you're trying to get multiples, you want to go ahead and hit add cart. If you see any light up yellow, have them queued up waiting for the second add purchase. I had 4 of these open at once. That's how I accomplished 4 cards. I had, as I was processing one, the other one lit up, I added a card, it was waiting for the verification. I added another one a card, it was waiting for verification. The first one finally popped available. I went ahead and added a second, went ahead and checked out, and then the next one fell, and they fell like dominoes. So there really was no magic formula, no magic potion, no magic bots that were purchasing these for me. That these were just all great timing, persistently watching Best Buy's site, waiting for one to light up, which signaled that the rest of them were all dropping, or at least a lot of the different models dropped all on that same day. And that's how I've been seeing them. When they do hit, they do drop rapidly with multiple models, and they come in different offsets. So you're not just gonna get all of a sudden every one of them turns yellow at once. It might be like, okay, the Founders dropped it yellow a couple minutes later than the Ventus, a couple minutes later than the Gigabyte, and then they're going in and out at about the same rapid succession. So let's talk about, I had mentioned the auto refresh extension for Chrome. So I've already got it set up, the auto refresh plus. If you just notice, that just refreshed that tab. It's actually running. Let's go turn it off first. So in your Chrome browser, in the top right corner, after you've already Googled, downloaded, and installed this extension, or I can leave a link for it in the description as well, hit your extensions button, and there it is, the Auto Refresh Plus ARP. And you can see it's running. I'm just going to hit the stop button real quick on it. And then I had another instance of it set up for this 3070 tab. It's actually turned off. So what you can do with it is, I hit the wrong button. What you can do with the auto extension, or auto refresh extension, is you can just click it here, hit the auto refresh plus, then you can set your time interval that you want it to refresh. I would think that you would just use 1 minute, because that could give you enough time to see any that pop up through that signified probably 3-hour window of possibilities at the beginning of the day. For demonstration purposes, we're just going to leave it on 10 seconds up here, and then we're going to start it. What this does is it only refreshes the tab that you are on. It won't refresh the other tab, just this one. And up in this corner, you can see there is a countdown timer right there, and that shows when the next instance of refresh is going to happen. So we'll leave that one running, and then we'll go start it on the next tab as well. And you can actually set these at different intervals, but I would think you would set them at a minute for the same for both. So we're just going to do start again for 10 seconds. And there's our timer in the top corner, and you can click out and it's still running. It's just not showing it until you actually click it back up here. And refresh. The other thing is that only shows these top couple cards. If for some reason say your Founders or your Ventus, your top 3 didn't actually come in, but somehow one of the others slid in, you still may have to scroll to see. I think it's gonna refresh where we're at on the page though. So you want to be down around here, so you got like 4 of the cards showing. And then same with our TI. There, it just refreshed and it stayed in the same location, so that's a good thing. Now the biggest issue with this auto refresh I've noticed, and I figured this out, that if say I went and hit add to cart, it came available, I hit add to cart, it's waiting for the second instance of add to cart, well then it's gonna run and then it's gonna refresh again, and it might kick that out of the cart, and you're gonna be sad that it did. So what you want to do is, as soon as you see one that goes add to cart, come up here, click your extension, and hit stop. Hit stop on that tab. If you don't and you let it go, it might kick it out of your cart where it's already awaiting queue for the second ad and then the purchase. And that's for each browser tab specific, each instance. Now it does have some other functionality that I thought was rather interesting, and I was testing it out as well. What you can do is refresh a predefined page. And that would work well if you're only refreshing one page. If you're only doing one search, say the 3060 Ti only, and you're not searching for the like 3070, 3080 all at the simultaneously. So you would put it in here, you would enable the feature, and then you would hit save, and then you would go back over to your tab, and you would start the instance. I think it's set, I set the address for up here. I copied this, I pasted it into that extension, and now we'll start it. You still have to pick your interval time. We'll just do 10 seconds. And down here you can see it says the predefined content instead of the current tab, which is fine in this instance. And again, you would want to hit stop when you go to add to the cart, or it's going to refresh and jump you back to the search page, and that would not be good, and you would lose out on the cart that's already added to the cart. Then you would have to try to add it again, and hopefully, you know, stock permits and time permits. So make sure it's pivotal you hit the stop, because what's really odd about it is, even say I click out of the page, say I click add to cart, which jumps it essentially to a new page, and that extension's running with that predefined page, and it's going to refresh in 5 seconds. And it jumped back to my predefined page, and then essentially losing out on where I had just added it to cart. And then you would have to add it to cart again, and then it starts to queue over if it's still available. If this helped you in any way, or at least gave you a ray of hope that these cards are out there in the wild and they are obtainable, and I hope that you can get them, please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us for future content. Thanks for coming along, and enjoy the ride.